Hello YouTube, I'm back with another video. Today we're going to go over NetCAT. You may be asking yourself, what is NetCAT? Well, NetCAT is basically a toolkit or a utility for reading and writing TCP and UDP connections, but it can also be used for file transfer protocol and fast file transfer protocol. But you can do other things with it as well, like SSH and things like that. So I have NetCAT running up here actually, and if you want to get NetCAT for yourself, I will provide the link in the description. I actually have a file right here, NetCAT, and when you open it, it has the zip file right here. What you're going to want to do is actually, if you have WinRAR, and I'll make sure to provide the link in the description for that as well. If you have WinRAR, just make sure to highlight these and then drag them into the directory. Just make a new directory called NetCAT. Just call it NetCAT or something like that. And then just paste the zip file and then copy and throw these in there. Then what you're going to want to do is actually, let me demonstrate. Open up Runbox, CMD, and then you're going to want to cd into this directory, navigate into this directory, and then type in dir, and you can actually see the file right here. But before we run the program, actually, let's open up a Linux machine. Alright, so VMware actually opened for me now, and I kind of cut the video a little bit because it took a while for it to open. But I have Parrot OS here, and if you don't know how to install operating systems on VMware, or if you don't even know what VMware is, make sure to check out my virtual machine video, or any virtual machine video on any channel, really. But let's resume this. I'm running Parrot OS. It's similar to Kali Linux, but it's not as edgy, I guess. It's more professional. Let's wait for this to load. I don't need this. Let's just close this out. I was doing some bug bounties, so, you know. So, what we want to do, like always, is open up the terminal, if you've seen any of my videos. And before we start typing anything, I want to give some networking advice. So if you go to VM and then settings, and then network adapter, make sure that your network adapter is bridged and connect physically to your network, so it's connected directly to your router. It's not using a virtual router, and make sure it replicates the physical network connection state. And actually, if you go to command prompt and type in ipconfig like so, you can actually see the different bridged VMs I have. So I guess that's cool. So I digress. So NetCAT. When we're first starting off with NetCAT, like always, like any toolkit, type in nc-h or netcat-help or -h. Gives you the same stuff. It tells you all the different kinds of parameters you have for NetCAT. So yeah, there's V for verbose, UDP mode, because by default NetCAT uses TCP. So let's go back to NetCAT on Windows. And we need to verbose. So this is where command prompt comes in. If you still have the directory open for NetCAT, type in nc for NetCAT. We're now in the NetCAT shell. So what you want to do is type in nc-vlp, and then you want to type in 1337. That's the port number. You can use whatever port you want to as long as it's open and not established on another program. So let's wait for that. And for some reason it says host not found, and I think I know the reason. It's because we didn't type in the IP address for NetCAT, my Linux machine. So let's go back to that. So we're going to want to reverse shell into Linux. Let's type in clear and netcat VLP 1337, and it's actually listening on port 1337 now. So let's go back to here, and let's type nc-vv, and I don't know the IP address of my system, so let me open up a new tab and type in ifconfig to find my IP address. And my IP address is this right here. So 192.168.1.89, and it's going to try to connect to the system. Oh yeah, I didn't enter a port number. Now it says the port is open, and it recognizes the DNS, which is running on Parrot on my AT&T server. Now we can do a whole bunch of different things with this. We can type in Linux commands to find out about things. So I don't know why it's doing that, but usually you can type in messages back and forth to relay to the Linux machine. What I think I need to do is evoke the connection. So we're going to use the -e parameter here. I found out the reason it wasn't working. I finally got it through the firewall. So let's try to open up the port again on 1337. Linux is now listening on port 1337. And now what we need to do is go here and type netcat, let's clear the terminal, netcat-vv for verbose. We're going to verbose into the system. And then we're going to type in the IP address of Windows. I don't remember what that was. I think it was like this is my IP address, by the way, guys. Please don't hack me. So type 108.243.126.203 and then port 1337. And let's see if that connects. And it did connect, and it relayed a message back, and it said hello. So one last thing I want to show you guys, unless I change my mind, is the evoke command. So if you go to Linux here and you type in NCAT or netcat-e and then /bin/sh, which is the directory, -vlp on port 1337, and then you go back here and type in netcat-vv. Let's see, what's my IP address again? New tab, ifconfig. Okay, it's 192.168.1.89 on port 1337. So if I were to hit enter, oops, I put netcat instead of nc. So as you can see, I connected to the operating system. So I can type in a whole bunch of different Linux commands like ls, or it shows all the files in the system, or I can cd into different, navigate into different directories, look at different ones. So you get the picture. So that's the evoke command. So port scanning. If you want to scan an open port And I got this idea from Hack5, but if you want to scan an open port on your machine, what you have to do is type in NetCAT -v for verbose -w1, so wait 1 second between intervals on the scan, and then your IP address, so ipconfig 108.243, and put that in there, -z, and then 1 through 1000, so it scans the port number 1 through 1000. So let's see what ports are open. It may take a while, but it'll scan the ports almost like Nmap would, or Wireshark, I guess. So I waited about like 30 seconds, I guess, and as you can see, it's checking port 1000 through to 1. So it'll probably take like an hour to scan all these, but you get the point. It scans for open and closed ports, as you can see. So that's about all there is to NetCAT, really. If you want to know more, like file transfer protocol, safe file transfer protocol, make sure to look at the manual for NetCAT. I guess that's on Linux. It'll tell you all about NetCAT, what you need to know about it, and everything like that. Do some research on your own if you want to learn more about it, and yeah, that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.